Hello and welcome to NDTV Auto. We have with us Mr. Tarun Mehta, and Ather Energy has launched today their first family vehicle, family scooter, Rizta. We talk more about it with Tarun. Thank you so much for taking time out for
Pleasure.
us. First question, why the name Rizta? Does it have something to do with Rishta?
Yeah, it does. The idea was after 450, we wanted to create a name that had a lot more personality in it. 450 was all about the machine because it was so amazing. But with the first family scooter, we wanted to evoke a sense of family. We wanted to evoke a sense of familiarity. Rishta made a lot of sense in that. We also wanted a little bit of an Indian-ish name. So that people don't keep thinking we are a European brand. I got a lot of that feedback. So it's contemporary. It fits. It has a nice family feeling to it. It's very Indian, obviously. So that's how Rista came about.
So right now, 450 you had as a performance scooter, performance.
We continue to.
Scooter.
It's been just recently upgraded with 450 Apex.
Yeah. Which was in December.
Yes.
So, what is the size of this market, this family scooter market, and how significant it is that you are entering this market?
So, this is the largest scooter market out there. In fact, in many states, Gujarat, Rajasthan, from what I understand, scooters are just synonymous with family. Like you're buying something for the family, you buy a scooter. Like that's it. So I think in that sense, performance-oriented scooters are a bit of a still new approach. I think some players have created this really well. Depends on exactly how you define it, but I would say maybe about 80% of the scooter market could be considered as a family scooter market. So we're moving to an addressable market that I think is several times larger than what the 450 has been in.
Okay, now what is the right now, and how much are you utilizing? And now that you are saying that you are exposed to a market which is 4 times the size, what is your production planning?
So we've been transparent about this. I think we have a capacity of roughly about 40,000 units per month. And at its peak, we've utilized roughly about 15,000. So roughly about just under 40% of that capacity. So I think we've got a good, I think we're good for this year at least. I don't anticipate that volumes could be higher than 40,000 in just one calendar year. Nobody can predict the future, especially next year, especially when you've got a brand new product that could be a great
game changer.
That could be a game changer for us, but it's too early for us to predict volumes there. But right now, I feel good about capacity. I think we're well capacitized.
Okay, compared to 450, how different is Rizta? Sorry.
Oh, a lot changes.
In terms of platform, in terms of tech that goes in this.
So we had to change the platform. While it starts on the 450 platform, we wanted a very large seat. We wanted a very flat seat, and we wanted a lot more storage space. So we had to change the rear frame completely to enable that. And that's where the primary differences start coming from. You will notice the scooter's got a lot more bulk to it. It's got a lot more size. It's just larger overall. There's a lot more storage space in this. I think 30%, sorry, mixing up percentage, but a lot more storage space. The seat is, I think, immensely larger than 450. It's also more gentler to drive. 450's got modes like warp mode, sport mode, which are incredibly thrilling, but very high acceleration. One of the big feedbacks on the market was that a lot of families don't like that level of acceleration because it's too much. So Rizta tunes it down and does this in a very, very refined way. If you were to ride a Rizta for a day, it'll immediately hit you. It gives you a sense of calm. So it's really, really nice to ride that kind of a vehicle. So its ride style is different. Its posture is a bit different. You got a lot more space, a lot more storage. And it's got dual tones. As the 450 still does not.
So how much investment did you have to make for developing Rizta?
It'll be difficult for me to put a number because we don't exactly measure that way. Typically, what I have seen is in our industry, a new platform is, I would say, a few hundred crores easily. Because you've got several hundred engineers working on it for years often. And you're looking at tens of crores for capex. You're looking at equal, if not higher quantum for go-to-market. Not just this event, but the entire marketing that will follow this. So I think a new product, especially if it's a new platform, is several hundred crores.
So are you calling this a new platform, or are you calling this because ultimately
I don't
the
know.
base platform is the 450
I'm actually
platform.
not from the auto industry, so I don't know how everybody defines new platform. It uses the core 450 platform, but it heavily modifies it, especially on the rear frame and some of the electronics, a lot of the software. I'm tempted to call it a new platform.
Okay. Now, the next question is again, are you, again, platform oriented, are you developing any other platform now? Is that something on the radar? Because there have been lots of talk about bikes. Is that something that that Ather is considering?
So bikes would obviously most certainly be a complete new platform. We've said this in the past. We do development work on it, but it's very early stage because we haven't made up our mind on what product in that category in the bike segment makes sense for Ather's first electric foray there. Until we know that, it will only be an engineering platform. It will not be converted into a product. So you can develop an entire platform. Platform is a capability, but only until you put a skin on it and you put a specific, you take a specification decision, only then it becomes a product. So I think we'll have a great platform build, hopefully in the coming years, but the product decision we haven't taken still.
This Ather 450 platform, how customizable it is? Can you build more products on that?
450, maybe not, because we didn't design the first platform to be immensely scalable, which is why Rizta had to have a lot of deviation, a lot of changes, a lot of upgrades to enter the family scooter market. I'm hopeful that maybe with this, now that we have essentially two different architectures out there, we can put out more products on it. But at this point, I think we haven't thought beyond Rizta. Just आज launch किया है, so I think we want to see the response, learn from the market, क्या work कर रहा है, and then we'll know.
Okay, you have a strategic partnership and a big investment from Hero. Does that also mean that you can, because I know you said in your Q&A that they have learned a lot about EVs from you, but I hope
being a large shareholder, they understand the EV market better from us. I think they are a immensely experienced player. I wouldn't necessarily say that they've learned from us.
Okay. Now, my question is, can you utilize their plans for, say, capacity ramp up? What is the relationship like now?
No, I think that is too deep an operational tie-up. I think both companies are on very different axes from a technology, product, manufacturing, and distribution capability. Our distribution is quite distinct from a typical Hero dealership. Our marketing approach is quite different. Look at this event. Hero needs to think at a very different scale. Our manufacturing is completely different. See, EVs change everything. So I think it's difficult to drive synergies in those places operationally often. As I've been saying, I think synergies, if and when possible, are likely to be more on the infrastructure layer as opposed to product or technology layer or distribution.
The Emps scheme has been extended till is now valid till July 24. I believe you are participating in it. You have already got the certification. But does this fact that it's only available till July somehow changes your strategy?
It does have a bearing.
And what is your view on what's going to happen after that?
It does have a short-term bearing. Ultimately, a company's profitability journey cannot be dictated only by subsidies. Having said that, I think subsidies continue to play a very crucial role still, because if we don't have them, I think companies will have to sign up for higher cash burn, because we can't keep increasing prices beyond a certain point. Consumers will not be able to pay. The market will start degrowing. So if companies have to sign up for more and more cash burn, every time subsidy comes down, I think it forces the industry to sort of take a harder look at its pricing table. Prices have gone up.
Isn't right now it's capped till 10,000 and
Yeah, but it's come down, right? So it was 22K until a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And now it's down to 10K. So
but
everybody's now forced to increase prices.
Make any significant difference?
It does increase prices. And if prices go up without the product becoming better, then your addressable market reduces, right? It's inevitable. So I think you need subsidies to last longer until more competitively priced products can come in from every manufacturer. So some manufacturers may operate at below a lakh, some manufacturers will operate 1 lakh to 1 lakh 20, some manufacturers operate above 1 lakh 20. But my point is, whatever segment you operate in, if subsidies are pulled in too quickly, you'll be forced to play at the higher end of it and reduces market size.
One comment, this piecemeal basis of making policies, how does that impact you?
So I think in this time...
and would you rather have like a stable policy which is probably giving you less?
Come on, let's be honest. Who wouldn't? I'm sure every policymaker and every recipient would love a long-term stable policy. But I think I do not believe any longer that long-term stable policies are a natural state of any government, any country, especially in a fast evolving sector like ours. And I think this particular time, government has been also very clear that EMPS was announced as a stopgap policy till the new budget could come in after the new government is formed in July. So to make sure that the industry does not see disruption until they finally take up their more longer term call on policy in July, this is stopgap measure. So I wouldn't judge on why is the EMPS only 4 months, because it is not designed to be longer than before the next policy kicks in. And I certainly hope that subsidies continue. I think they remain important for the industry and especially to drive faster growth.
I know you have very little time, but one very important question, and that's because stock market's really looking at you guys to know where's the IPO, what's happening in that. So can you tell us what's happening on the IPO front?
Yeah, no comments right now. None. Right. This is a Rizta launch. I think let's go see the venue, see the stalls.
All right.
We're all here for Rizta. That's what we're focused on right now.
All right. Thank you so much and best of luck for
Thank you.
Rizta. Thanks a
lot.
lot.